What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video. And today we were supposed to be doing an unboxing and a demo and a partial review of a light. It's a light I ordered from Rockville. I ordered it on Amazon. It was the Rockville color bar. It's a LED color bar. The 252 is the model of it. And I did actually go through the process of doing the unboxing and going through the features of it. But I ended up changing my mind about the light and realizing that this is not something, one, that I wanted to keep. There was a couple of issues with it. First, being a manufacturing defect, there was the plastic end cap. It was actually broken when I received it, and I didn't notice it until after I started doing some testing with the lights, and then I went to move it and noticed that there was a piece that was just broken off really bad. So that was a reason enough for me to send it back for Amazon return. And then even as I was considering possibly not sending it back, I was like, well, maybe I can just crazy glue it back together and still find some use for it. But I realized that this light just really wasn't something that I needed. And it's not what I expected. One, it's partially my fault. I didn't fully take notice of all the details of the light. This particular light, it is an LED, RGB LED light, but it's those type of LED lights that have lights that only do red, and some lights that only do green, and some that only do blue, and then they use some kind of mixture between those three colors to come up with the different shades in between. And that's not something I'm really trying to do anymore. I own a pair of the Venue thin pars. I've owned these things for probably 6 or 7 years now, and they work great, but they never, when you have lights like that, they never create a true white. You know, it's always like a rainbowy looking white. It's never like true white. And I've been using, over the past year or two, I've been using the Rockville Rock Wedge Tri LED lights, and then I've been using the Best Par 50 lights as well. And those lights, and I also have a set of the Stag moving head, I think they're called the Headbanger 10s. I have a pair of those, and those LEDs and those fixtures all have something in common, in that it's just one LED that does all the colors. So that's what I'm more or less looking for. And then another reason for me sending it back is the effects and the patterns that the LEDs do on that light bar just were not anything that I would use, really. I mean, there were some different patterns that it did, but that's not what my light show is all about. When I do lighting for an event, I usually do uplighting around the room for ambiance, and then I'm able to use my controller when it's time to go to dance mode and have the lights jump and fade into different colors. But I don't do a lot of chasing patterns where the lights are just running around the room and doing, all kinds of different stuff like that. So I realized that this just wasn't something I needed. And then one thing that I thought was going to be a pro ended up being a con. The pro I thought was that it was just going to be one device, and it would take up it would replace at least 3 uplights, because it was a pretty big bar. It's like 26, 25 inches long. Actually longer than, I think probably like 28, because it was definitely longer than 2 feet. But the problem with that is it's a big fixture. It's a big, long fixture. I don't have any bags that would actually handle it or carry it, and I'd have to buy something else to go along with it. And then the fact that it didn't do wireless DMX, that was also another negative for me. So for me, the way I like to do my lighting, especially with me being a one-man show, is I like to have wireless DMX so that I don't have to worry about plugging things in. The only things I really want to have to plug in at this point are my actual DMX controller board and my moving headlights, and that's just power. I'm using wireless DMX for those as well. Now, maybe this is just because this is an older light. I mean, it's not even that old. The light came out in 2019. I did my research on that part. So it's not super old, but it's just not something that's really fitting in with my light show. And I had thought about a couple of options on how I could use it, because you could mount it on different ways. You could mount it on poles, on T-bars. You could mount it on even on a microphone stand, really, if you had the right adapter. But it's not what I'm looking for. I already have my two mini moving heads, and they are working fantastically. They have been for the past 6 years or so. And if you watch the channel, you know I just did a review on my Shed's moving head light that they sent me with the gobos in it. And so I think that maybe one more of those light moving heads I would actually add to my light show, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at right now. So I didn't want to waste the footage of me doing the unboxing and kind of going through the functions of the light. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and cut over to what I actually recorded earlier, and we'll make this basically unboxing, a demo, and my review video. So I will say that if you're a beginning DJ, if you're beginning and you want to get some lights and you want to do uplighting and you want to spend less money, maybe these light bars will work for you. I've just invested a lot of money into my rock wedges, so I have a lot of those and the best bars. So that's not something that I really want to mess with. And another thing is, like I said, it didn't have wireless DMX, so that means you didn't have that feature where you could just set the light to a certain color channel and it would sync up with everything. So for me and my level of lighting, that's not what I needed. I'm not an advanced lighting person, and I'm not a beginner lighting person. I'm kind of in the middle. I am prone to put my lights on automatic sometimes, or even music sound activated. I will program a DMX scene or some chases and use that as well. So I'm kind of intermediate with my lighting experience, but I think that light bar, this 252 from Rockville, it's more of an entry level, and it was bright. It did its job. It just there was a manufacturing defect, and it just didn't really fit into what I needed. So I'm going to pass on that. I've already boxed it up and sent it back via UPS to Rockville. That's the one great thing about buying things on Amazon, is you can return stuff if it's not what you needed or what you wanted. But anyway, I'm trying to get into more of these reviews. I'm going to do maybe some tutorials to explain what I know about DMX. Maybe that'll help some people, because I know when I got into lighting, DMX was very foreign to me and very confusing, and I work in IT, so if that confused me, I'm sure the actual everyday person who doesn't have to deal with, these type of things, they would be a little confused as well. So I'll make a video to help out with DMX lighting, because once you get a grasp of it, you don't have to be a master of it, you don't have to be an expert of it, but once you get a grasp of it and you have a decent controller, whether it be sound switch, my DMX buddy, actual physical controller, which is what I use, you will have so much more control over your light show, and that will make you kind of stand out amongst other DJs, because the automatic modes on lights are not always that great. You really want to be able to control your lights with DMX. But if you're liking what you're seeing, if you want to be on alert for new videos, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, comment, and let's just go ahead and jump into this unboxing video. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video, and today we are doing an unboxing and a demo video for a new light I just received it today. This is the Rockville RockStrip 252. It is a LED 5-channel DMX LED light, and it has a lot of decent features, and let's go open it up and let's see what it's all about. This is actually my first light strip. I've always used just LED pars and LED uplights. So let's see how this will fit into my lighting system. All right, so this is the box that it comes in. Just a plain brown box. You've got inside a remote control, typical remote control that comes with most LED lights. Let's see, got some bolts, power cable, IEC power cable. Note, they always have these notes in the when you open up these Rockville lights. This is just a QR code you can scan to see some videos on how to use it. I've already watched the videos from Rockville on YouTube before I ordered it. Instruction manual, and under here we've got some mounting brackets. And now we get to the actual light. And the light fixture is actually a little bit longer than I expected it to be. Looks like it's a little bit longer than 2 feet. I think it's, I believe it's like 26 inches long, 26, 27 inches long, but not too heavy. Feels like it's metal construction. A lot of LEDs all along the strip. You've got your power switch on off, your IEC connector, you've got a DMX in, you've got a little LED screen with a menu, up, down, enter buttons, infrared port, or the little receiver for the infrared transmitter, then a mic built in because it's got sound active, I assume, DMX out and power out, which is cool. So you can link these together with power cables. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all that's in the box. So what I'm going to do is hook it up, and I'm going to be using my Rockville, the Rockforce W2. It is a DMX controller made by Rockville. I like it. It's very handy. I've tried other solutions like SoundSwitch, my DMX Buddy, etc. I'm pretty much more of a hardware person, so this is what I like to use to control my lights when I use DMX. So we're gonna work with that. I'm pretty comfortable using the Rockville brand lights. I haven't had any issues with it. For my uplights, I use the Rock Wedge tri-LED light. And I have a pair of the Best Par 50s as well. And they've worked well for me. I've had them for a couple of years. And then I also use the Rockville wireless transmitter and receiver that I use to sync up my moving heads when I use those. But let's go ahead and plug this up. Let's see. Turn around this way. Plug it in, very basic operation. I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't come with a DMX cable, but I have one here just in case. I wasn't sure if it was going to come with one. Also, I guess I should put these brackets on as well. They seem to operate as little feet to help it stand up. So you got 2 bolts, 2 washers. There's a hole on the side that you can just screw it right into. And this is if you want to mount it to something. Now, they do make a version of this that is battery powered. And I am contemplating getting it. I ordered this one. This was not sent to me from the manufacturer. I ordered it on Amazon. I paid $90 for this one. I had some Amazon credits, so I decided to use them on a lighting fixture. And the battery powered version of this is $146. I almost got the battery powered one, and I probably will get it and do a review on it as well. But the only reason I didn't get the battery powered one, because they said the battery life was like 6.5 hours, and it takes 6.5 hours to charge it. So I was like, maybe, I'm not sure if that's worth the extra money that I would be spending compared to $90 for this light. So if I do get the battery powered one, I may actually mount it on the bottom of my tabletop for my DJ stand, because this is where I'm really going to be using it for, is to highlight my DJ podium, my DIY DJ booth. You can check the video that I posted about it. But I was going to use my Best Par 50s to go under it to highlight the 3D accent wall. But I think I want to use this light strip instead, because it's a more even light and it's one fixture instead of 2 separate lights. So let's set it up. I turned it on, you get a flash. All the LEDs came on really quick, went off. It automatically is set to DMX channel A001, which I believe is the channel that I normally have my Rockville rock wedges on. And I'm gonna try it with DMX channel 1. Let's go ahead, DMX in, connect this to my DMX controller. All right. So, let's see what we can get. All right, that's the white. All right, so let's see if we can control this. Okay, so now I've taken some time to look at the manual, and I had to reference the manual for this controller. I set this to channel 65, and then I had to go through and read the manual for the light fixture to understand what each channel on the light did. Well, one, I had to pick what mode I wanted to work in. You can set this up as a 3, 4, 7, 24, or 28 channel controller. The channels 28 and the 28 channel, they have a lot of custom functions in it. I don't think it's really what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using it in the 7 channel setting. So now that I have it set up, this is how it works with your controller. In channel 7, in your 7 channel setting, your dimmer is channel 4. Channel 4 is your dimmer. So that it allows you to bring up whatever color that you have. So like right now, I've got blue up. I want to fade out blue, bring up green, get rid of green, bring up red. Red is the first channel, green is the second one, and the blue is the third channel. To get to white, you just turn up all 3 channels, RGB, and you get this white. Let's go ahead and show you so you can see. That's your white, that's your blue, your green, and your red. So what was confusing me before is that I had this controller labeled out for the functions that the channels on the Rockville uplights, and they're not exactly the same. Or maybe they are, and I just wasn't paying attention that channel 4 was a dimmer and not the white control. I thought that was the control for white, but no, that's the dimmer or your shutter to bring the light up and down. And then you choose using RGB on how you want to color mix a little bit. You can get, kind of a purplish going. I think red and green will give you different oranges and yellow shades, depending on how you mix it. And you can also set it up to do strobes. So your strobes are going to be on channel 5, and that's your speed. As you go up, it strobes faster. As you bring it down, it stays on. Then you have the different chase settings that are built in, and that's what's going on with channels 6 and 7. So you can make it do different patterns. I wonder if the fade affects it at all. No, it doesn't look like the fade and the speed settings on this controller affect it. I guess you just have to use channel 7 to go through different patterns. You bring it down, it just goes back to whatever color you had it before. So like green and blue give you a little bit of a teal color. Bring down a little bit of the green, bring in a little bit of the red, and you can go in towards a purple. So you do have control over it, but I don't think I'm really going to be using this light with DMX like that. And of course you have a blackout. I'm going to be using this to uplight or maybe downlight my DJ booth. Well, actually I'm going to do it like this because I did try to test it out. If I want to put this under my DJ booth to use it as an accent light, I would have to get the battery powered one for 146. I might do that, and then I'll use this to uplight the wall behind me when I'm doing events. So that way it gives you a nice little effect, and I don't have to waste some of my uplighting that I would put throughout the room. So I'm liking it. It's not the most fancy light. Like I say, I paid $90 for it, so you kind of get what you pay for. It's very simple, very basic. You can use it with DMX if you want. Some people I can see getting like multiple, maybe 4 of these, so they could do a whole wall and just control like a really interesting light show. But I'm just using it for accent lighting. I'll be using the remote control that came with it to turn the light to different colors, and probably just set it for a static color. So this is a quick demo of this light. Once again, this is the Rockville RockStrip 252. I'll put a link to it for my Amazon affiliate link. I'll put it in the description if you want to check it out. I'll have to use it a little bit more at different gigs to really, before I can give a recommendation. But so far it seems like a decent light addition to my light show. I hope you like what you've seen so far. If you do like these reviews and want me to do more reviews, just let me know. I may purchase the light and we can do a review or demo of it. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and I'll see you around on the next video.